10th Biology, Unit 15, Nervous System. In this part, we are going to see the introduction of the lesson nervous system and learn the structure of neuron and types of neuron. Living organisms receive different stimuli such as light, heat, cold, sound, smell, taste, touch, pressure, pain, or the force of gravity, etc. Light is a stimuli, heat is a stimuli, stimuli plural, stimulus singular, pressure is a stimulus, taste is a stimulus. Then what is called as a stimuli? A thing or event that evokes means creates. A thing or event that evokes a specific functional reaction in an organ or tissue is a stimuli. A stimuli is something that creates functional reaction called as response in an organ or tissue. Then what is response? Relevant changes in the activities of organisms to a particular stimuli are called their reactions or responses. On seeing the bright light, what will be our response? Closing the eyes. This is response. Relevant changes. On touching the hot object, what kind of relevant changes occur in our body? We move the hand. That is response. Let us see examples. Bright light falls on the eye. This is stimulus. Then what is response? Closure of the eyes. Heat. Touching the hot object causes heat stimuli. Then what will be the response? Sudden withdrawal of the hand. Moving the hand out of the hot object is the response. Thus, on receiving a stimulus, the body responds in a manner that is most appropriate for its survival and functioning. After receiving the stimulus, the body responds in a manner that is most appropriate, that is most correct for its survival. Survival means living and functioning. The response of the animal or human is most appropriate for its living and functioning. What is necessary to give correct response to a stimulus? To a stimulus, correct response should be given. Then only one organism can live. The body can function. To provide the correct response to a stimulus, it is necessary that all the organs work together in a proper coordinated manner. To give correct response to a stimulus, what is necessary? Functioning of all the organs together, working of all the organs together in a proper coordinated manner is necessary. When all the organs work together, that is called as coordination. In animals, including human, the coordination between the various cells and organs is essential for their different activities to maintain physiological balance called homeostasis. Different activities involve in the maintaining physiological balance, maintaining uniform internal condition of the body is physiological balance, that is called as homeostasis. To maintain physiological balance, coordination between various organs is essential. Because of the coordination between various organs, homeostasis is achieved. What is homeostasis? Maintaining a physiological balance, maintaining uniform internal condition of the body, that is uniform temperature of the body, uniform water level in the body, uniform sugar level in the body, all come under the heading homeostasis. An organism gives proper response to the stimulus. This is because of coordinated functioning of the organs. Because of the coordinating functioning of the organ, homeostasis is possible. Because of the homeostasis, one organism is able to live. This coordination work is done by two systems of our body. They are nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system and endocrine system both involve in maintaining the coordinating functioning of the body and homeostasis. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the nervous system. Nervous system is made up of neurons called as nerve cells. Brain is a part of nervous system. The nervous system is made up of three important components. They are neurons. Neurons are called as nerve cells, neuroglia, and nerve fibers. Neurons, neuroglia, nerve fibers are the three components of nervous system. This picture shows various neurons. This is a single neuron. The neuron has long structure, thread-like structure, that is called as nerve fiber. Nerve fibers, neuroglia and neurons are the components of nervous system. Here we can see three neurons and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 glial cells are there. The glial cells form neuroglia. The glial cells are supportive cells. Nerve fibers, neuroglia, neurons. Neurons are called as nerve cells. They are the components of nervous system. Now let us see the structure of neuron. A neuron has three basic parts. A neuron consists of three basic parts. They are cyton, dendrites and axon. Cyton, dendrites and axon are the three basic parts of a neuron. Cell body is called a cyton because it has cytoplasm, nucleus and other organelles. Cell organelles, nucleus, cytoplasm form a cell body called as cyton. The long extension is called as axon and the short branches are called as dendrites. A single long extension is axon and many short branches are dendrites. The cytoplasm, nucleus all form a cell-like structure, that is cell body or cyton. This is cell body. The cell body has nucleus, cytoplasm and large granules. Granules are particles called as Nissls granules. Nissls granules are in the cytoplasm of cyton. Cyton is called a cell body and it has organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes. The cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissls granules. Many Nissls granules are there in the cytoplasm. And the other organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes and endoplasmic reticulum are also there in the cytoplasm. The cyton is called a cell body. It is an important part of a nerve cell. Several neurofibrils are present in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm has neurofibrils. The neurofibrils conduct or transmit electrical signal from one part of the cyton to other part of the cyton. The short branches are called as dendrites. A dendrite receives electrical signal called as nerve impulse from the previous neuron and sends it to the cyton. Dendrites conduct nerve impulses towards the cyton. Dendrites receive nerve impulse from another neuron and transmit or conduct the impulse towards the cyton. Dendrites are short branches. Axon is single long extension, and this diagram shows one axon alone. Here the axon is not covered by myelin sheath. In this picture the axon is covered by myelin sheath. Axon is a single long branch. It is covered by myelin sheath. It may not be covered by myelin sheath. Axon has cytoplasm called as axoplasm. What is axoplasm? The cytoplasm of axon is called as axoplasm, and it is covered by axonoma. Axonoma is a membrane that covers axoplasm. The cytoplasm of axon is axoplasm. It is covered by membrane called as axonoma. Axonoma is covered by another membrane called as myelin sheath. Myelin sheath covers axonoma. The myelin sheath is not a continuous one. It has gaps. The gaps are called as node of Ranvier. What are called as nodes of Ranvier? Myelin sheath has gaps. These gaps are called as nodes of Ranvier. In some neurons, the myelin sheath is covered by another covering called as neurillema. Neurillema is a membrane covering. It is made up of squamous cells. Neurillema is a membrane covering. It is made up of squamous cells. This neurillema is found outside the myelin sheath. The end of the axon has terminal branches. The branches end in bulb-like structures called as synaptic knobs. End of the axon has branches. The branches end in synaptic knobs. What is synapse? The junction between two nerve cells is called as synapse. This is axon. These are axon branches. The axon terminal has synaptic knobs, and the synaptic knob of one axon gets its connection with the dendrites of another neuron. There is a junction, there is a gap between the dendrites of one neuron and the synaptic knobs of another neuron. This junction is called as synapse. A junction between synaptic knob of axon of one neuron and dendron of next neuron is called synaptic junction. This is synaptic junction. In the synaptic junction, information from one neuron passes to another neuron through chemicals. Chemicals carry the information from one neuron to another neuron in the synaptic junction. Synapse is a gap. In the gap, information is carried from one neuron to another neuron by chemicals. These chemicals are called as neurotransmitters. The synaptic knobs are filled with neurotransmitters. They carry the nerve impulse or electrical signal or information from one neuron to another neuron. This is synaptic knob. The synaptic knob is filled with neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitters come out and move through the gap and carry the message to another neuron. See the arrow? The nerve impulse or information reaches the synaptic knob of one neuron, and in the gap the informations are carried by chemicals called as neurotransmitters, and the information reaches the dendron of another neuron, and it is carried into cytoplasm of another neuron. There are different types of neurons. Neurons are classified into various types. Here, first, we are going to see the classification of neurons based on the structure. Based on the structure, the neurons are classified into unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, and multipolar neurons. Unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, and multipolar neurons are three types of neurons based on the structure. Unipolar neuron has cell body or cyton and single branch. This is also unipolar neuron because it has cell body or cyton and single branch. The single branch functions as dendron and axon. Bipolar neuron has two branches. This is axon and this is dendron. The dendron is connected to the sensory receptor. This dendron is connected to sensory receptors of eye, ear, nose, tongue or skin. From the sensory receptor, the sensory information like touch, light, sound, taste are carried by the dendron. The dendron carries information to the cell body or cyton. Then it is carried through the axon to the brain. So this is bipolar neuron. And this is multipolar neuron. This is found in the outer part of the brain. It has many branches. One neuron is connected with 16 other neurons. This is called as multipolar neuron. Unipolar neuron is found in early embryos. It is not in adult. Bipolar neurons are found in the sense organs. It is found in the retina of eye. Retina is a sensory region of eye. And olfactory epithelium. Olfactory means sense of smell. Olfactory epithelium of nasal chambers have bipolar neurons. Multipolar neuron is found in cerebral cortex of brain. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. The cortex is the outer part of the cerebrum. The outer part of the cerebrum also has multipolar neurons. On the basis of function, neurons are categorized into three types. Sensory or afferent neuron. Sensory neuron carries impulses from, impulse means electrical signal or message from the sense organs to the central nervous system. What is central nervous system? Brain and spinal cord form central nervous system. The sensory neurons carry information from sense organs to the central nervous system. That means eye to the central nervous system, ear to the central nervous system, or any other sense organs to the central nervous system. So this is called a sensory neuron. When a neuron carries information from eye to brain, that is sensory neuron. Motor or efferent neurons. The motor neurons carry impulses or message from the central nervous system to effector organs such as muscle, fiber or gland. Motor neurons carry information from brain to muscles or gland. When the motor neuron carries information to the muscle, we move the hand, we move the legs. When the sensory neuron carries information from, when the motor neuron carries information from brain to the gland will secrete. When we look at the food item, pickles, gooseberry, ice cream, the information reaches brain. Brain gives signal through motor neuron, so the salivary gland secrete saliva, the glands secrete. And associate neuron, they are called as interneurons. They are in between the sensory and motor neuron. Sensory neurons are connected with motor neuron by association neurons. A person is looking at a food item, a favorite juice. The eyes look at, eyes are a sense organs. The sense organs are connected with sensory neuron. The sensory neuron carries this information to the brain. And in the brain, interneuron or associate neurons carry the signal to motor neuron. The brain gives working signal. Motor neurons carry signal for functioning or working. The motor neuron makes a muscle work. So the hand takes a food item and it is ready to eat. Sensory neurons carry sensory information from sense organs to the brain, and motor neurons carry motor signals for working from brain to the motor organs or effector organs like muscle. Interneurons connect sensory neuron to motor neurons. Here the color of interneuron is green in color. Based on the types of muscle fibers, the axon is called a muscle fiber. Based on the type of muscle fibers, based on the types of nerve fibers, there are two types of neurons. Nerve fibers are of two types based on the presence or absence of myelin sheath. Myelinated nerve fibers have myelin covering. Myelinated nerve fibers have myelin covering. Myelin sheath gives white color. Non-myelinated nerve fibers in this case the axon is not covered by myelin sheath. In non-myelinated nerve fibers, the axon is not covered by myelin sheath. They are gray in color. Myelinated nerve fibers form the white matter of the brain, and non-myelinated nerve fibers form the gray matter of the brain.